Be careful who you share with. Hello, everybody, it's Tom here. I hope you're all well. I want to talk today about how we need to be very careful who we share our problems with. The reason for this video is very clear because in the past, when I was not very well, when I was in serious depression and really struggling, I was ranting and raving and venting at every option I had. And if I could go back in time, I would grab hold of myself and say, you need to stop it. Fact is, not everybody is out to help you. Not everybody cares. In fact, the majority of people don't really care outside of themselves and their own family. And while that's perfectly acceptable, you as a person should not be the one to give them every bit of information about you. My best friend and I share most of our daily lives, but we do not share everything. There is certain things he has not told me that I will never know. And equally, he doesn't know everything about me. He knows most of it, but not all of it. And there's no wrong with that, okay? There's nothing wrong with the age-old, a problem halved is a problem shared is a problem solved, or lending a good ear to somebody when they need advice and support. But I would be very selective as to who you tell your issues to. I've learned this the hard way. I've learned this in the past. There must have been so many people coming away from having to talk to me, really concerned for me, some of the things I was saying and perhaps some of the things I was doing as well. But especially I was venting so much, I was giving them so much information about me, even to random people, even to strangers. And I just feel that now, in hindsight, it wasn't the thing to do. Remember, everybody's got issues, everybody's got problems. If there's a person telling you that there's no issues in their life, that they've got no worries and no troubles, they are lying to you. Everybody. Even these people who are rich and famous, who appear to be living their best lives on social media, it is just a highlights reel. You're not seeing the struggles. You're not seeing the suffering and the pain and the sadness and the jealousy that they must get because of the position they're in. You're seeing what they want you to see. The world is a stage, and some of us are really good at acting, and some of us have got amazing poker faces and more front than Brighton Beach, joking aside. So I want to tell you here today, don't be sharing your issues with just anybody. And equally, if somebody comes to you with their problems, even if you are of a very caring nature, as I am myself, you can't allow that other person's issues to affect you. And there has been times when people have confided in me, they've told me something, and perhaps I've took it on too much rather than actually sort of discerning myself from it. Okay, and it's not a case of not caring about that other individual. There's nothing wrong with not caring, but at the same time, you can't take on that problem as your own. And it's very important you learn to do this, okay? I can give you an example where somebody did this and it got to the point where that individual is no longer with us. So my brother was in a band years ago and the lead singer had some issues. He was a nice kid, but he used to drink a hell of a lot. He was an alcoholic and struggled. He was in and out of work. And he got to the point where he got in with the bad crowd, he got influenced. Perhaps other people's issues became his own. And out of a caring and kind nature, because that's the sort of man he was, he did take on a few things that he didn't need to. And it weighed him down. it got to the point where he actually overdosed on drugs and died. Now, I'm not saying that it was somebody else doing it, because at the end of the day, he had to be in the mind state to take the drugs to do it. But what I am saying is, I think he was affected by other people and their struggles to the point where it actually became too heavy for him. Think of it this way, if we're talking philosophically. A boat can glide on water and it will not sink unless the water gets in. And think about what that means. If you're allowing other people's issues to weigh you down, it will affect you, but only if you allow it to. There's nothing wrong with lending a friendly ear, as I said. And on the opposite side, if you're the person that's suffering, be careful who you share with, okay? Not everybody's out to help you. Not everybody wants to hear it. They've got their own issues too. So do be very selective as who you share your problems with from now on. That's my advice. Guys, first of 3 videos this week. I want to say thank you all ever so much for listening. I really appreciate your time and energy spent on my channel. Thank you kindly. First of 3, as I said, please put down in the comment section below, have you ever been in a situation where you've perhaps vented far too much and to the wrong people? I'm sure I'm one of many that has over the years, and I look back now and I cringe a little bit, but I forgive myself because the mind state I was in was not healthy. So had I been of a little bit more sound mind, shall we say, a little bit more feeling better in myself, I probably wouldn't have done what I did. But I was hurting and I needed a way to get it off my chest. And if anybody that would listen to me became somebody I wanted to speak to, which is not always a good thing, as I've said. Please, if you would, consider hitting that subscribe button down below. Consider giving me a thumbs up and a like, that'd be great. And let's hear that bell sign go ding dong so you know my next content's out. Back in a couple of days with another video, but as always, all of you, please take care of yourselves and bye for now.